Hey guys, thanks as always for watching my channel. Look, as you guys know, I like to do folks in person when possible, but sometimes it's actually better if there's some distance. And I think don't you think this is better this way, Anthony? We need a little space.
Even though I would prefer for you to do me in person.
Let's move on. Anthony Mackie, remember to subscribe to the channel. That way you'll enjoy this conversation with the one and only Anthony Mackie. Anthony, three-time guest on the podcast. He's just a glutton for punishment. Welcome back, man. It's good to see you, buddy.
It's good to see you, man. You look great. Look like you've been working out.
You see, here's the thing. I know your trick by now. We've known each other too long.
Look at that chiseled chin. Look at that, dude. You're looking good.
Here's the reality. I actually have lost a little weight and I am in shape, but you've been saying that to me for 15 years when I haven't been in shape. So it's worthless to me. I'm on to you finally. So wait. Before we got started, you mentioned something about a Bar Mitzvah history. Should we just get right to the main event, the headline here?
It's the funniest story of all time. I'll give you the abridged version, okay?
Okay.
So 2005, I'm in Toronto shooting a movie. I'm staying at the Hyatt. I come down. I ask the lady where the gym is. I'm in a tank top and shorts. She goes, walk all the way to the end of the hall, make a right, go through the double doors, and you'll see the gym. So I walk down I'm listening to my music. I go through the double doors, and there's like 200 kids in shiny suits and yarmulkes, this kid on stage, and all these dads. And the kid on stage grabs the microphone, and he goes, "Dad, you got me Papa Doc." He jumps off the stage. He runs up to me.
The 8 Mile themed Bar Mitzvah.
He drags me up to the stage. He was like, "Come on, let's battle." Like, what are you talking about, kid? I'm in a tank top and shorts. This dude in the audience runs up and shoves a wad of cash in my hand. He goes, "I don't know who you are, but you just saved my ass." I was like, dude, this is amazing. So the kid starts rapping like some 13-year-old awful rap. And then he goes, now tell these people something they don't know about me, and drops the mic. Like he had been prepping this the whole day.
Just in case, you never know. You got to be ready.
Yo, so I'm kind of a mitzvah legend, man.
You've been to more mitzvahs than I was never bar mitzvah. So when I get bar mitzvahed, Anthony, will you come in maybe a Captain America costume?
We're going to do it together.
One day we will be men together. We will finally become men. All right, a lot going on with you as always, my friend. The new film is We Have a Ghost. It's delightful. It's on Netflix. But I also notice, like on the IMDb, you have like 12 projects in various stages of development. Are you trying not to spend any time with friends and family, or vice versa? What is up with you? Like, where are you at right now, man?
Nah, man, my golden age is 55. So at 55, I'm fading to black. You know what I mean? So I got to get it all in now. Like the only two things I do is dad and work. That's the only two things. That's it.
Right. But is there some, you're joking and you're not joking about the 55 thing, I assume. Like, is there a sense of like, look, you've been hustling since you left Juilliard. You've been working solidly straight. But, the last 5-10 years especially, the Marvel stuff helps. Now you got the juice to produce, potentially direct, et cetera, star and stuff. Does it feel like now is the time? Like, if I'm not going to do it now, what's the point? I gotta capitalize on all this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as in anything, you have your peak moment. You have your moment where everything comes to fruition and, opportunity meets, determination and education. So it all comes together. And for me, that's that moment right now. So it's funny when looking at it. And I'll tell you the specific reason when I see you in person, because I can't say it on camera. But it's that moment now where, I'm past all the other stuff of trying to prove myself or trying to get awards or, trying to, be Denzel's friend. Like, I'm past all that stuff. Like, now I just want to focus on the work and do good, diverse, interesting work. And everybody comes to that point in their career. You saw it with Will Smith. You saw it with Eddie Murphy. You saw it, with Robert De Niro, like, Robin Williams. You saw it with all their careers where they got to that point where they're like, I want to do some interesting, fun stuff. And that's kind of where I am now. And that's why I did this movie.
Was there a film career in particular that when you were starting out, or even in the last 10, 15 years, so you were like, okay, I'm not going to have their career, but like they're approaching it in the right way. Like that's the way to do it, because there are different ways to go about it, right? Like, is it worth emulating a strategy? Can you be strategic about it?
Well, you can be. And from the beginning of my career, I always emulated and followed Don Cheadle and Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson has had a very interesting career because it started so late.
Yeah.
And he was so late into the game before people knew who he was. And, if you look at him and Don Cheadle and Lawrence Fishburne, they really built a resume. They really tracked their roles. They really chose roles that showcased them as individuals to put them in a room with other people to give them other roles,
Yes.
and when you do it that way, I feel like when you're strategic about it, it gives you more of an opportunity to be more diverse. Because I look at acting the way I look at investing. Like, you want to diversify your portfolio.
Right.
You don't
right.
want to put all your chips in action movies. You don't want to put all your chips in AT&T. You want to invest in a little bit of everything. So you're not put in a position where there's only one thing you can do.
You haven't put your chips on one part of the career in a while. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since you've done theater, right?
It was 2014.
Was it a handing in Spokane? Was that the last one?
Yeah.
Here, by the way, to make it about us for a second, here's a fork in the road. I feel like in my life, I remember meeting you, seeing you backstage at that one. We had a nice moment as always, and then you invited me into your car to go out on the town for that night. And I said I passed, and I feel like if I had gone with you, I'd probably be dead right now.
You literally said I should go home, and I'm like, no, you shouldn't. What do you think I'm gonna do? Come on, get in the car.
All right. But okay, we're talking about the diversity of the career, and that speaks well to this current project. Okay. Because look, you've knocked off a lot of different kinds of films on the resume. This is new territory. And let's not diminish the challenge of playing, of grounding a character like this, a story like this, right? Is this in its own way a challenge for you? Even on the face of it, it's oh, this is kind of easy. He's the dad. He's just playing a guy. Talk to me about what's the challenge of We Have a Ghost for you, or what's the excitement?
The challenge is when you're a parent, there's certain things that you're learning just as much as your kids are learning, because my kid went from being a baby to a child to now a teenager.
Right.
So I want to treat him like he's a child. I want to hug him and kiss him and sit on the couch and watch scary movies. And I want to do all that stuff with him. But now he's a teenager. So those aren't the needs and desires he has anymore for his father. So the frustration that comes along with that for me are the same frustrations that come along with that for him. So we really had to communicate and relearn each other at this next phase of his life. And that's something with this movie I learned, from Jahi and just reading the script and talking to Chris Landon about what it is we wanted to convey. I didn't want to just have some, buxom, bruising dad who's, kicking indoors and all this shit.
Right.
I really wanted to have a dad like I had, a dad who did his best, but at the same time, didn't quite understand those different transitions. It's not something, they don't give you a baby with a handbook. When you have a baby, there's certain things that you got to just figure out as you go. And there's a few months where it's pretty rough in every transition. And then after those months, it clicks. My son just turned 13. We had 6 months where it was rough. And then about a month ago, I was like, oh.
But then by the time you figure that out, then it's on to the next stage. And you're like, oh, shit, here we go again.
Exactly. And it's funny, he's had a nickname for every stage. And I realized he wasn't my buddy anymore. Now he's my little man, and once that happens, once that kick in, it makes things a lot easier.
I'm a little upset. You always called me your little man. And now I find out you call your son your little man too. I feel betrayed.
You're my child.
You called me worse. Are you This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Guys, I generally feel at my best when I'm confronting the issues in my life. I'm not avoiding them. And that's where something like therapy can come into play and can be of help. It's helped many people I know. It's helped me in the past, and it can help you. Because when you're at your best, you can do great things. Sometimes life gets you bogged down. It happens to the best of us, and you can feel overwhelmed. You can feel like you're not showing up for yourself or for others. Well, working with a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you. Because when you feel empowered, you're more prepared to take on everything life throws at you. So if you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, it's flexible, it's affordable, and it's entirely online. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire and you get matched with a licensed therapist. And guys, you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. So if you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/HSC to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/HSC. Are you getting too big and powerful and strong to play normal human beings? You're not in Rock territory, like or Arnold territory back in the day, where it's like they would always have to explain why Arnold Schwarzenegger is playing like a kindergarten teacher. Like, wait, really? But like, I did notice in this, I'm like, that's a big dude. That's a big dude just to be a regular dude. Do you have to think about that?
No, not at all. I mean, for me, look, no matter how swole or how famous or how whatever you become, I think there are guys that you can look at and emulate and say, that's the guy I'm portraying. Like everybody deserves, representation. And I think there's some friends that I have who are massive men who are just like humble, regular guys.
Yeah.
But to the visual aspect of it, they're very intimidating. But when they get outside of that intimidating surroundings, you see they're just regular guys. They just don't fit in chairs, So those are the guys.
Should do a PSA for the poor men that can't fit in regular sized chairs.
Like, hey, man, you got a couch because I don't fit in chairs.
Right. Speaking, like, on a more serious note, you mentioned representation. And let's not diminish the fact that, like, the center of this story is a Black family. And in this traditional kind of story, it's not. That's just not the case. And it's crazy. Right. We're still talking about this like this is a novel idea, but this is a Netflix movie. This is a mainstream, like 4-quadrant, like everyone should watch this movie and enjoy it. And that has to be factor into it too and be a source of pride, right? Like, we're just a family. We're just a family. And I didn't watch a lot of these growing up where a Black family was in the center of something like this, right?
No, it is. And that's something I talked to Chris about. And, we're as opposite as you won't find more people more opposite than Chris and I, but we have so much in common. And, one thing we always talked about was the idea of everybody's human. We just dress different. And I feel like for me, when you look at the history of film and the films that are being made, people don't care what race the people are. Everyone gravitates to a great story. And the wonderful thing about it is I feel like this is a great story. The ghost is scary. David does a great job. Erica Ash is a great, wonderful movie wife, awesome person. I have 2 great kids. Jennifer comes in and turns the whole thing on its head. Like it's something for everybody, no matter what their background and race is. And it just works on every level.
A lot of your background and close to your heart is New Orleans, which is a notoriously spooky town. A lot of talk of ghosts and spirits, etc. Now, I know you to be an intelligent, rational man. Tell me, Anthony, you don't believe in this stuff. You don't believe.
You're out of your mind. Yo, of course I believe. You don't believe in ghosts?
No.
Come on. Are you serious?
No, I also don't believe in Bigfoot.
A lot of ridiculous things since I've known you. You don't believe in ghosts?
I mean, what are we talking about? Get specific here. What are we saying?
We're talking about ghosts. We're not talking about Casper. We're not talking about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or Slimer. We're talking about ghosts.
What, you have some experience in the matter? What do you got? Give me some proof.
Being from New Orleans, I've seen some crazy shit. I'm
not talking about your drunken nights out on the town. I don't care.
I can't wait to get you in my car. I'm just saying, for me, I've seen some very crazy, spooky things, man. Yeah. And a lot of it just happened to be like my house was built in the 1860s.
Right.
So every now and then I hear upstairs. You go upstairs and there's nobody there. Like I have a friend, one of my good friends from Brooklyn, right? He comes to New Orleans. He's like, yo, I'm gonna stay at your crib. Because that's how dudes from Brooklyn talk. I'm like, I bet. So he stays at the crib. So I come back later. This dude has literally built a fort in the living room because he's afraid because he heard noises upstairs.
Come on.
He
Are you a superstitious guy? Are you a superstitious guy generally? Like, do you have like little...
I'm very superstitious. I'm very superstitious. Like
Okay.
if I go to a football game, I have to be there 5 minutes before the game start, have everything ready in my seat. I have to be ready and prepared, either on my couch, in my seat, wherever, ready for the game. Because if I get there 1 second after they kick the ball, we lose. That's not superstition. That's just fact.
No, this is just about like gambling now. This is just about like, I'm going to lose my bet and I'm going to blame it on something external that has nothing to do with me. I'm your new psychiatrist. You know, ditch your psychiatrist, your team of psychiatrists, I'm guessing, and focus on Josh. I will help you.
I'm just saying, man, when you think about it like the supernatural, it's called the supernatural.
Yeah, it's called Superman. He's not he ain't there. He's not real. What are you talking? What is this?
Supernatural. So you take the natural, which is here now, 3D, bang, bang. Then you superfy that shit.
All right, let's talk about important stuff like the state of the relationship of you, Sebastian and Evans, which I'm trying to, you know, as you know, I've been trying to drive you guys apart for years now. And I put the challenge to you guys a while back, you and Sebastian, to see who Evans would text back first, right? And then we discovered the postmortem was, no, don't gloat. We discovered you cheated. Evans told me you cheated.
Didn't cheat. You didn't say what to text him.
You preyed upon the innocence of poor Sebastian, sweet Sebastian, who wouldn't think, doesn't have like an evil bone in his body like you. And you went dark, you went conniving.
There's a golfer named Jack, and he says, if you ain't cheating, you ain't winning. All right? That's all I'm going to say. But I saw Chris. Chris was here shooting something. And I saw him 2 days ago, man. He's turned into a couch potato.
What are you talking about? Like he's gained 100 pounds? What? He's watching Real Housewives? What is he doing?
He's like a dude that stays at home and don't do nothing. I'm like, yo, what we doing? You want to go to dinner? He's like, I'm kind of making a kale salad. And like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Him and Sebastian, they've turned into old men.
This is, look, post Captain America, you you put a lot of miles on and then you want to take a rest. You want to sit back and eat a kale salad.
I'm the only one outside. They're not outside no more. I called Sebastian last week. I was like, yo, we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm coming to New York. And he's like, well, you know, I kind of have to, I'm working on this thing. And what are you doing? We outside.
All right. So what is the definition of we doing it at your elder statesman age with Sebastian Stan and Chris Evans? What does that entail?
Finding a nice neutral location, having a great dinner, laughing and joking about the good times. See? Now, once we get outside, that's a whole different conversation.
Okay. Is the next gig? Okay, I'm out of focus. That's how excited I am. Is the next gig? Is the next gig for you? Look at this. I look at Barbara Walters filter on me. The next gig for you.
Wow, you're
I'm a ghost. Yeah, exactly.
You have become vain in your old age.
Okay. Is the next gig Captain America? Is that the next shoot?
Yeah, that's in March.
All right. Do they actually show you a script this time, or are they just going to improvise this whole thing? What's happening?
I have not seen a script. I just think it's a lot of flying and yeah, a lot of flying and fighting. That's all I'm doing. But I'm going to curse a whole lot in this one.
Finally. NC-17. Let's skip right past R and go unrated.
You have no idea. I'm going straight Wesley Snipes and Blade. I'm throwing every curse word in there.
So yeah, instead of I'm Captain America, it's I'm
Captain America, bitch. No one would know how to take that.
Printed $1 billion right there. I'm there. the kids got to learn the naughty words at some point. So
No, the kids know naughty words that you don't know. They've made naughtier words for themselves.
okay, so for the record, not that we can talk specifics because you haven't even seen the script, but no Evans this time around. We don't need Chris. We had his time. Is Sebastian gonna sneak in there? Are we gonna let him in?
I don't know. We're going to be shooting at the same time, so I think we're going to replace Chris with a new member of the trio, and we're going to do it.
Who's the new member?
We're going to have a new member of the trio. Chris is going out to pasture. He's an old man now.
Is it Harrison Ford? Here's my question. Who has to explain to Harrison Ford the history of the MCU? Is that on you?
I think, you know what I've been thinking about, and I'm going to share this with you. I've never shared this before.
Please.
I think I'm going to try and pull some diva shit. Like I'm number one on Harrison Ford. What do you think?
Good luck with that. God bless.
I've done it before, but like come in on the first day and let everybody know this is my set and I'm the star. I don't care who you cast. I'm the man. What do you think?
No. My friend, no. What are you doing? It's finally the Hollywood Homicide reunion we've all been waiting for after all these years.
That's why I'm like, I finally get to work with Harrison Ford again. I've been waiting on this moment, dude. I've been waiting on this moment.
Okay, well, one or two more things on this. I know you can't say much, but
how pissed off would you be if I go riding motorcycles on the weekends with Harrison Ford?
No, I think that's I want you to be happy. Go for it.
I have to do that, right?
Yeah. Does he ride motorcycles? Do you?
He's Harrison Ford. He does everything.
Sometimes they crash too. You don't get in a plane with Harrison Ford.
Yo, he crashed the plane and walked away. The plane was never heard from again.
Here's a semi-serious question. Isaiah Bradley, that's such a fascinating aspect of the story. Are we going to see more of that story told in this next one?
I don't know, dude.
Okay.
I haven't seen a script. I think I don't know if the Isaiah storyline was finished with Falcon Winter Soldier, because it was kind of a finite end when him getting the statue in the museum. Right. So I don't know if they're going to bring him back. I don't know. Okay,
but timeline wise, that's next.
So this is all I'm gonna tell you about Cap. I've had about 4 costume fittings. And the round brown is looking delicious in the spandex, baby. That's all I'm gonna say. Yo, Horowitz, that's all I'm gonna say.
This is the first Marvel movie. This is the first Marvel movie I'm skipping. I'm good. I think I'm good.
Yeah. The round butter gonna make you as happy. The round brown gonna make you as happy as peanut butter and jelly on a summer day, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Yep.
You're just asking for it to go tighter, little less.
No. I mean, I'm talking about straight, like, solo shots. Like, as I go running by, the camera's going to be here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the whole Batman nipple thing all over again, but now it's, That's
it. This time, it's not about diameter. It's about radius.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know why I bothered to be serious. I want to talk to you guys about performance apparel and our sponsor this week, VUORI. Because guys, I have become so sick and tired of the traditional old workout gear. It's not comfortable, it's not functional, it doesn't look good. That's where VUORI comes into play. Everything is designed to work out in, but it doesn't look or feel like it. It's so comfortable. I guarantee it's more comfortable than whatever you're wearing right now. Plus, it's versatile. It works with any activity, running, training, swimming, yoga, whatever you do, VUORI works for you. And VUORI is 100% offsetting their carbon footprint. I love that about this company. They are also reducing and offsetting 100% of their plastic footprint from 2019 and beyond. They're utilizing better sustainable materials for their products, empowering your best active life. And again, guys, it's versatile. It's comfortable. It's designed to look great in your everyday life. Yes, outside the gym, this stuff looks amazing on you. So get in on it right now. This is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, VUORI is offering 20% off your first purchase. That's right. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at VUORI.com/HSC. That's VUORI.com/HSC. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to VUORI.com/HSC and discover the versatility of VUORI clothing. We talked a little bit about the ambitions of the career and the evolution over the years, but here's a question for you. I don't know if I've ever asked. Do you remember when you had the luxury of starting to say no to roles? And was that a big shift for you? Because, the impulse at the first is like, give me more, I'll take it. But that's got to be a bit of a shift, no?
No, not at all. Because from the beginning, I always had the ability and the luxury to say no. Like my team. I've had a great team for the past 22 years. And, it was always that thing of, instead of trying to be the lead of Star Trek, let's get you small roles and build on that. So the more you build, the bigger those roles become, to where when you get one of those major roles, you know what to do. You know how to handle yourself on set. You know how to work.
Yeah.
So it was always the idea of saying no, but taking those small roles as they came, and independent roles. Independent film was basically the ushering and the birth of my career. If it wasn't for Brother to Brother, if it wasn't for Half Nelson, if it wasn't for so many movies, Hurt Locker was an independent movie.
Yeah.
There were so many independent movies I did, Night Catches Us, so on and so forth. Those are the movies that really propelled my career forward.
Because it gave you more of an opportunity, because it wasn't Denzel's best friend. It wasn't that kind of thing. Exactly.
It's like you're not up there trying to hit a home run against the best pitcher in the world. Your on base percentage is way higher. Just being invited to the party.
Yeah.
I did 2 scenes in Manchurian Candidate, not because it was money or because it was Denzel, but because I wanted to work with Jonathan Demme.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those type of things are very, very important when building your resume and your career. Because I can say, yeah, man, I remember Jonathan Demme. I can say, yeah, I did a movie with Harrison Ford 20 years ago.
Right.
Even though I had an amazing role that was cut down to 2 scenes.
Well, it is that kind of thing where, like, when finally the opportunities catch up to the talent, you're ready. You're ready to deliver. Exactly. You're learning your craft, not in secret, but kind of on the periphery where people aren't watching as much.
Preparation meets opportunity, and you're ready. And my teacher always used to tell me, be bad in class. Like, you don't want to be bad on film, because film is the only medium. When you're bad forever.
Yep.
Right. So if you got 2 scenes, if you got 3 scenes, if you got one scene where you walk in and go, it's Spider-Man, cut. Can you just say it normal? Bet. It's Spider-Man, cut. Like, you don't want to do that. But if you do that with that one line, you have the opportunity to come back with another role and another role and another role and make up for it.
Did the ambitions kind of like match were you frustrated at a certain point, or did you feel like you were always progressing? You were always moving at the right pace?
I was never,
like, before Hurt Locker, for instance, which is clearly a transitional point, I would say, right? It's got to change the profile.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking, making sure, because sometimes from the outside in, it looks one way, and
I got to hug Tom Hanks. Yeah.
It's all we can.
I drink George Clooney's whiskey. Yeah.
So if I talked to you prior, like the year or two before Hurt Locker,
I went to Madonna's Oscar party. Met Serena Williams. Yeah, it changed a few things.
Why are you still even bothering to talk to me? It's amazing. So prior to that slew of amazingness, where were you at? Were you happy prior to Hurt Locker? Or did you feel like you were ready?
Because I was so naive. I was just excited about the idea of working. Like, when I came out of school, it wasn't like Juilliard was the hot, fast place to go pick up actors. That happened after our class. Before our class, people weren't really working coming out of school. You would go do Poughkeepsie Shakes, or you would go do Alabama Shakes, or you would go do the Shakespeare Theater in DC. But you weren't jumping off like with major projects coming out of school. That would happen 10, 15, 20 years later, So our class was really the first class where Lee Pace, Tracy Toms, Brian Cogman wrote Game of Thrones. We had a group of people who came out of school and hit it.
Yeah.
Big. Then the other ones came and jumped on, our coattail. But we really had the opportunity to come out of school to work. So our work kind of, the more people would work, the more people would build. And it was never an opportunity of, I'm going to be the next Denzel. It's like, I'm working.
Yeah.
So it was more so just about working.
How many times over the years on a set have you broken out the, I went to Juilliard line?
That's never been my go-to, but people always throw it at me.
Right. Oh, Mr. Juilliard, I get it. Oh, that kind of thing. What is
Like, it's only the second hardest school in America to get into, but I digress.
What is a pet peeve on set at this point? What gets under your skin?
Pet peeve on set. It's I would say, which is crazy, waiting. Waiting drives me. When they say we're ready on set, I put my cigar down, I go in the set, and we wait 20 minutes. I'm like, man, I could have been outside enjoying the air.
Right.
It's just that. Or when people try to dictate to you what they think your celebrity is worth.
Oh.
That bothers me.
Wait, go on. Explain that one to me. Give me an example.
Like this. Prime example. Okay. If celebrity of your choice, if The Rock is on set, oh my God, Dwayne's on set. Get him Pellegrino, not Fiji. Oh my God, he eats sliced turkey. And I'm there, and I can't even get no Fontis water. Like, we both out there sweating, we both out there working. So you gonna tell me that his fame is worth more than my fame?
Right.
Now we gotta fight. Because I'm not past, the F word. So
well, and yeah. And the whole nature of the medium, look, you're on it together. And when you start to stratify and you start to, once you're doing the work, it's like, going back to, we've been laughing about Harrison Ford. The notorious thing about him is like, he'll pick up the chair and move it. He'll help. Like, he's all about just getting it done. Like
100%. And that's what's so dope about him. That's why I'm so excited about working with him, because Sam Jackson taught me a lot, like from afar. 3 of my earliest movies were with Sam Jackson. And because of that, my set etiquette is a complete replica of Sam Jackson. Like, he literally was my work dad and taught me everything about the business from afar. And every now and then I'd ask him a question and he'd give me one of his answers, "Shut up, motherfucker." And I would take that, but literally when you see me on set, it is a direct representation of how Sam Jackson moved and operated with this business, like with class and, ease. People went the extra mile for him just because he was a cool dude.
Do you subscribe to the same thing? He's told me over the years, like the whole thing of like, give me different versions of a take. He's just like, no. Because he's been screwed too many times in the edit where he's like, he's going to do it the way he does it.
Always. Because a director will tell you, all right, well, let's do it again. We can, the way you want to do it, we do it once and then we'll do it over. And they'll never use that. They'll never use that at all, because they have an idea of how it's going to work. Now you look like an idiot. It comes out, everybody hates it. And then you're like, well, he directed me to do that. But the average person don't go to a movie and say the director sucks. No, the average person goes to a movie and say, you suck.
I'm a little hurt in all our years. The person you revealed your Star Wars obsession to wasn't me. I think it was James Corden. I had no idea you were a Boba Fett nerd, that you just...
Yo, when I heard they would do it, this is the one and only time I called my agent and my manager and said, it's going to be a problem, was when I heard they were doing The Mandalorian. I was like, yo, now, I ain't going to make this no conversation. I ain't going to get on no I'm star type shit. I ain't going to yell at y'all. But we need to, come on. I am the best. I have the helmet. I can literally show up in my costume from my house, ready to shoot.
What is it about that character or those kinds of the Mandalorians? What was so exciting for you? I mean, as a kid, those were the most exciting, mysterious, that character. So,
well, you just never knew why or what or how. Like, there was something so unique about the way he moved through that universe that no one else could emulate. You know, like I always wanted to be Lando. Like growing up, my nickname was Lando. Like that's what I made people call me, you know? But the Mandalorian, the reason he—
Wait a sec. When you make other people call you that, is that really a nickname? You're like, this is my nickname. You have to call me this nickname. Got it.
100%. 100%. When I go out, you know how when girls go out, they have a fake name they give out at the club?
Right.
My fake name to this day is Lando.
Checking into hotels under Lando Calrissian? That's amazing.
No.
Yeah.
It's, Lando Mackie.
Okay, sorry. I derailed that. So that was the dream. Did you get a meeting? Did you get any conversation? Have you ever met with the Lucas folks, the Star Wars folks? What?
No, I was working while they were set to shoot, so I wasn't available.
Is that real? Like you could have had a conversation. You were just working?
That's real. I wasn't available.
Okay,
so now I'm trying to get one of those roles in the background where they're doing the thing and I take off my helmet and go, that was a long flight. That's it. That's all I want is one scene. I just want everybody to know that I was one of them. That's all.
Got it. Okay, we can make that happen, I think.
Today's episode of Happy, Sad, Confused is sponsored by Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer. Are you guys like me? Do you feel kind of a buzz when you find a deal? Do you feel smart? Do you feel lucky? What about when you're surprised by a deal? Does it feel like you're getting a treat for free? Well, thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes, it's a thing of the past. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Okay, how does it work? Imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. When you check out, the Honey button appears, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. You wait a few seconds, Honey searches for coupons it can find for that site. If Honey finds a working coupon, you'll find the prices drop. I know from experience, guys. I've just gone through this. Valentine's Day, my niece's birthday, I had to get gadgets and clothing and gifts, and Honey was there for me. And Honey doesn't just work on desktops, it works on your iPhone too. You just activate it on Safari on your phone and save on the go. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out, guys. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting Happy, Sad, Confused. So get PayPal Honey for free at joinhoney.com/HSC. That's joinhoney.com/HSC.
Looking ahead to the dozens of projects, you shot Twisted Metal?
Shot Twisted Metal in a can.
Okay, so you're drafting off. If Last of Us can become a cultural phenomenon, where's ours? Another video game adaptation? This is a different kind of thing, though. This is a different thing.
This is a different kind of thing. Twisted Metal, I can honestly say, is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It's ridiculously exciting. And Stephanie Beatrice is in it, and the two of us. I mean, I've never seen oil and water work so unwell together before, and then fuse so perfectly together by the end. It's just fun, man. And we got, it's just the cast. Like Samoa Joe is in this dude, and if you've ever met this dude, so he's not an actor, right? But he's a wrestler. So we have this scene where me and him, we going at it. He just has to like slam me into the wall. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we go up to the wall and I'm like that? And they're like, yeah, cool. All right, like that? Yeah, cool. All right, action. Wow! So I get up, and if it was anybody else, I'm like, yo, we gotta fight. I get up and I'm like, don't do that.
Can we have a little talk? Because the next time you do that, I can never have children or be Captain America again. Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm on concussion protocol.
Yeah, Marvel, Feige would not be happy about that. Or are you a video game guy? Do you play games? Or did you?
I'm an old school. See, my problem is this. I like the old school games, but from what I learned, my son told me PlayStation, Xbox, they're more gamer games, than like old school. I'm more like Pac-Man, Frogger, Dig Dug, Asteroid. I'm more like that. You know what I mean?
You're speaking my language. I got you.
Yeah. So I don't get why, like if I want to download Frog, like Frogger is one of my favorite games, and it's literally a cube frog trying to get through traffic. That's all it is.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know if Dig Dug is going to be a $1 billion franchise.
Come on, I want to make the Dig Dug movie.
What is the plot of the Dig Dug? No. Veto. when are we going to get you in the director's chair? And it sounded like you were getting close. Is it too much going on right now?
I've been working on the Claudette Colvin movie, and hopefully, knock on wood, we'll be able to do that at the end of this year. Because she's a national treasure, and I want my sons to be able to hear and see and learn that story. So hopefully, this year we'll be able to knock it out once we finish the CA.
Are you still attached to the Priyanka Chopra Jonas movie ending things? I'm just curious on that one.
It's Priyanka. Yes.
So I'm curious because
I got to do a movie with her.
I got to say, old buddy of mine, this was an MTV writer, Kevin Sullivan, wrote the script to that. I'm so happy for him.
Get out of here. Well, your old buddy Anthony Mackie rewrote the script.
Oh no. The bones were there, right?
The bones were there. It was a great car. It just needed a new engine.
Hey, that's okay. That's a teamwork, like we said.
That's all you can ask.
Oh, buddy. Okay, so we have a ghost for folks that tuned out of the podcast 25 minutes ago. Great new film on Netflix. It works in all the ways you want something like this to work. It's, whether you grew up with Beetlejuice or Ghostbusters, it's fun.
8-night movie. Like if you and your girl just post it up, you can turn it on and it's fun. If you with your kids and you want to have a movie that'll spark a conversation but make you laugh and cry, it works. If you're just on the couch chilling, it works. It's just a fun, easygoing family movie without all the cheese and cornball-ish, with some really good actors. That's all I got to say. I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying.
You managed to make David Harbour, I don't know how much money you paid him to change his look like that. The man was like courting all these fans as like the sexy dad bod, and now he looks like the bowler from hell. Like, what happened?
There's nothing that beats a middle-aged comb over. And when he came on set, I was like, "Yo, the comb over is fire."
He embraced it.
You can't beat that.
No, I love that man.
Could do that. I would straight up like comb over to the back like a swirl. Like girls used to have them like finger waves. I would take my comb over and bring it into finger waves.
I can't wait as our relationship continues in the decades to come. Once my hair goes and the comb over.
Finger waves. I'm gonna bring you to the hood so you can see. I'm gonna get your hair finger waved. Shit.
I feel like if you die first, you're going to be the ghost that haunts me. That's my incentive. That's my ghost tie into this whole thing. Buddy, it's always good to see you. Thank you for the laughs as always. Everybody check out the new movie.
See you,
and I do hope to see you in person one of these days soon.
I hope so. Sometime soon. We got to go to the gym, work out together. You looking smitely.
I don't believe you, but okay.
Are you just running or working out? What are you doing?
I'm doing both, actually. I'll send you my workout tips. You need it, obviously.
Change your diet? What do you eat?
I did.
How many calories are you?
We're doing the macros. We're looking at the macros. We're looking at the protein. Cutting down on everything.
How many calories are you eating?
How many should I be eating? What
I don't know.
Give me one tip. Give me one tip. Give me one tip.
One tip.
To go to the next level in my nutrition.
I don't know what you're doing.
Okay, I'm going to send you my list. They're begging me to leave. I'm going to send you my diet, and you tell me what to do.
Poop 3 times a day.
Only when I think of you.
That's it.
Okay.
And always drink your water hot in the morning. Like, take a big glass of water, put it on your bedside table at night, get it room temperature, and drink it. It's going, go straight to the bathroom.
We ended classy.
It's nature's lube.
Gotta go. Anthony Mackie, we have a ghost. See you, bud.
See you later.